Tremendous game. Two good teams that fought it out to the very end. I credit Ben Johnson and his program. They were tremendously organized, had great fight and unbelievable character. They made great plays. To be able to shoot the ball like that early on, they went on 2 straight runs, one to start the game and then another to start the second half, which put us down 20 with the 11-minute mark. And I just thought our guys never blinked. They didn't bat an eye. They executed my game plan. They executed what they saw within the game plan themselves as players. But more importantly, one game does not define a team nor a season. And those moments that we picked up, our courage was the moments that we were able to fight back regardless of what was going on. I thought Caleb Grill gave us a spark by getting ejected. I truly believe that. Without that, we lose the game. I tremendously mean that. Without that, we don't get galvanized how that moment was able to define us. So I credit Caleb Grill, his passion that he plays with, and unbelievable toughness for making that play that he made. And that was to inspire his team. He knew, and he told me, we talked about it, that, Coach, I may need to, get fiery. And I said, do what you have to do. And, it's one of those things where I didn't want to pick up a tech, but he did his job and our team rallied behind him. Caleb Brown was able to get in the locker room, talk to him a little bit, and basically from that point on, relay whatever messages needed to be relayed to the team.
All right, questions for Coach and Nick?
Nick, you kind of started that when the team was 20 points down there. You went on a 10-point run by yourself. Just when you're in those moments, when you're kind of backs against the wall, what can galvanize a moment like that?
I think just my leadership. Sometimes leadership is not always vocal. It's just, leading by example. So, Coach been on me about shooting the ball a lot. I'm still, working. Yeah, I'm still working on it a little bit, but I don't know. Coaches believed in me. I know the work that I put in, and I feel like we could definitely beat these guys regardless if we were down by 20 or whatever. So, just feel like I need to step up in that moment.
Coach, how would you evaluate, the performances of the freshmen Butler, Pierce, and also Ant Robinson in their first road environment?
They grew up. And that's what these opportunities present. I wanted to figure out who we are and who we were. I thought our guys executed the game plan in terms of the focus in practice, the focus in film, focus in all the walkthroughs that we had. But to have 3 freshmen come in and be able to impact the game how they did, in addition to a first-year guy in Kurt Lewis in terms of JUCO transfer, that was the game for us. Those guys had an element of experience that, was forced through the fire. And I appreciate what they gave, but also what they were able to do when I called their name.
Next one to Drew King.
Coach, can you walk us through that last play and what you were wanting coming out of the timeout?
So we just put our most important guys in a situation. So originally I drew Noah Carter down on the block, but our guys, Nick Honor and Sean East, said, let's put them on a corner, which means the height of their program would be out there with them and they wouldn't leave the shooter. We knew that Nick Honor was a hot hand, but we wanted Sean to be able to drive left, strong hand, play off 2 feet. Kurt Lewis was able to rotate a little bit. Bates was able to rotate. And we knew that at that point, once we got into the lane, that Sean East was going to be able to take us home. And that's what we mentioned. Hey, take us home. Go ahead and do what you need to do. That was his first basket in the second half, I believe. Only basket in the second half. But, being able to execute in a tough environment like that, it just speaks for our guys' belief in each other.
Coach, how could you kind of feel the momentum sway in that final 11 minutes there?
I think it swayed a couple times throughout the game. We just couldn't get our feet underneath us, especially when they came out at the beginning of the game on the run. I thought we were able to respond back. And then throughout the game, I just thought that last opportunity, our guys dug a little deep within themselves, within their spirit, and brought us where we needed to go. I know Bates was tough on himself for missing that free throw to take the lead. But at that point, I thought we were going to put Minnesota in an uncomfortable situation by having the lead after they've led majority of that, I think the game, at least they had the lead for 38 minutes in the game. So for our guys to be able to come back, I knew once we got the lead, we would be okay.
Coach, what did you learn about your new team coming together in a comeback win like this?
Well, I learned that adversity is adversity, and there's no substitute for it at all. There is absolutely nothing that you can replace adversity for, because it's the single most important thing that's in a person's growth. They have to go through something. Kurt Lewis hadn't played. He went through something, but he responded. Trent Pierce hadn't played. He led us emotionally with some big plays, especially on the offensive end and defensive end. Ant Robinson the same way. Even Connor Vanover hadn't played. This is his first game back. And you look at every freshman and every contributor that came in the game, but adversity is adversity. There's no substitute for it. You have to put yourself in situations like this to build your identity. And we're still in the infant stages of building our identity. And I want our guys to understand that's what we're going to always have to respond a certain way. I didn't want anything negative to happen, again, from the standpoint of Caleb Grill, but I wanted him to inspire us in a way that spoke to our program, and I think he did that for us.
Nick, how do you feel like Caleb getting ejected galvanized the team?
It's funny you asked that. Coach Ryan Sharbaugh, as soon as it happened, he turned to me. I was over like standing by him on the sideline. He was like, maybe that's just what we need to, get back in the game. So, I mean, anytime you see a teammate, get ejected, you kind of feel for them because they can, have an impact there on the floor. But it was a true road game tonight. That's what I call it. So I feel like it just brought us closer together. Next man up, and we was gonna get this win for Caleb. So I mean, I would say thank you to him, but I guess you could say that.
Coach, what did you make of Connor's first minutes of the season tonight?
He had a tremendous impact on the game. I thought his length gave us what we needed. I thought he could have been a little bit more physical. I would like to see him come away with a foul or two just based off of the intensity of the physicality. I thought that's where they were able to beat us at. They were a little bit more violent inside the paint than we were defensively. And I want our guys to play with violence once we get down in that paint area. And I thought we were able to, with our freshmen leading us in that category, Jordan Butler, who had several blocks, and even Aiden Shaw, who had the blocks that he had. He ended the game, I want to say, with 4 block shots. And that's impactful to be able to play vertically like that. Again, Caleb Brown, he was a coach today, and I thought he was able to help us as well, especially when it came down to keeping us close together in the moments where we could have fractured.
Drew?
Yeah, Nick, you guys have been in a couple of nail bites like this before. What do you think makes Mizzou a good team in close games like this?
I always give credit to our preparation and practice. Coach always gives us, pretty hostile environments. We always do situation things. So when that time hits, it's not really too much pressure. We got a lot of experienced guys. And then even the freshmen, you throw them into the fire in practice, those mistakes help them when the time comes. So I feel like we're just, relaxed, experienced, and our coaches give us the tools to do what we need to do.
Any other questions for Coach and Nick?
Yeah, Dennis, just after the Memphis game, you said that you wanted the team to take lessons, not a loss from that night. What do you want the team to carry over from this game and this comeback into the rest of the season?
I think we carried some of that over. I think without the Memphis game, we don't win in Minnesota. I really do believe that. Things happen for a reason. There's a unique way and perspective to make sure that you move forward, but one game doesn't define us, especially when you can make a lesson out of it, eradicate some mistakes that you may have made, and even get closer together. Being on the road, you have to have the mentality of being down 10 to begin with, not literally, but literally Minnesota put us in that situation. And I thought our guys always responded to their runs. No one was pointing fingers. No one was turning their backs on each other. Everyone was doing the same exact thing and moving in the same direction. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate our athletic director making the trip as well, Desiree Reed-Francois. Her inspiration to this program means a lot. Seeing her face right there supporting our team is unbelievable. And I truly believe it starts with our leadership at our university, our administration, and everybody that has all hands on deck, because to get to this point, you got to have guys believing in each other and believing on what's on the front of their jersey. And our guys did not blink. They believe wholeheartedly in what's on the front of their jersey, and they've stuck together.
One last question.
Hey, Dennis, I apologize if you've answered this or in some form, but is this one of those times where you can in real time just like see your team galvanizing right in front of your eyes as they come back and get this done?
Kurt Lewis galvanized our team. He was plus 16 when he was in the game, more than any player on our roster. He was plus 16. I just wanted and asked him to stay prepared, stay ready. You never know when your number's going to be called. You can see in real time the galvanizing points, the situations that guys go in. And I wanted them to just smile when they faced adversity. Whistle while you work, smile, don't pay attention to any referee, allow me to talk to them. And at that point, I just, allowed our guys to just play the game, and they were able to play the game a certain way. And I credit our staff for keeping everything organized the way that they have, the way that they always do. Without them, there is obviously no me. So it's a team effort. The wins and losses come on my record, on my category with my name on it. But more importantly, I think our staff deserves that as well. I wish they could keep count of how impactful they have been, because they are from top to bottom.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Nick.
MIZ.